2023, you're a music producer and you need a brand new MacBook. You're not sure what to buy, what to look for. Should you spec it out? Should you not? Well, this video will answer all of those questions. I went to apple.com and did a little shopping myself and realized what I would buy on January 31st, 2023. Let's get it. First recommendation is to take a look at the MacBook Air M2. Now, before we get into it, I just want to talk about this concept that you need to always future-proof yourself. And I think that's a bad concept to follow, because if you start upgrading your chipset and all that, the ROI is just not there. The return on investment is not there. You're not going to realize those gains in performance that you've put in your hard-earned dollars. So don't worry about speccing out your MacBook to the max. You simply do not need to do that. Don't worry about what you need in 5 to 7 years time. Worry about what you need today. And if something new comes out 2-3 years down the line, that computer that you bought is still going to maintain a lot more value than if you spec'd out your computer and bought a new one in about 5 to 6 years time. With that said, let's stick to the base model MacBook Air M2. Don't look at the M1. So for the M2, this would be my personal buying decision. I would go for the midnight color over here. I would stick to the stock model. So I'll go ahead and select that. Except I will upgrade 2 items. Now, as a music producer, we really only care about 2 things because this is what we utilize: the CPU and the memory. Now, these Apple Silicon chips are crazy, they're beastly, so you don't even need to worry about upgrading that because the ROI is not there. You're not gonna realize those gains if you get more cores. But the memory is definitely worth it in my opinion, as well as the SSD size. Stick to the stock CPU config because we don't even care to get more GPU cores. This is an 8-core CPU, which is 4 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores. I would upgrade to 16 gigs of memory. That's just me. I know producers who work off of 8 and they're perfectly fine, but for me, I like that extra juice for 16 gigs, and that $200 is worth it to me. And another $200 is worth it to me to upgrade the storage, so I don't always have to rely on an external drive. Now, a lot of my sample libraries will live on an external hard drive, but just having that extra space in your laptop at 512 is the bare minimum for me. Now, I do think Apple should make 512 the stock SSD storage, but until then, you have to upgrade. And this is definitely a worthwhile upgrade for me, at least. So this brings us to a total of $1,599 US. Now, this is a beastly machine. You'll be perfectly happy with this for a long time, but there is a better deal, a better computer that you can find on Apple's website. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page and go to under the Apple Store heading, Refurbished and Clearance, we're going to find a better laptop that's going to bring you more bang for your buck. So you go ahead and shop refurbished, click Mac. Now, I've purchased from this refurbished section in the past and they come pretty much like new, so don't worry about that. Go ahead and click MacBook Pro and scroll down until you see this one right over here. This is the best deal I can find on Apple's website, the best bang for your buck machine. It is the 14-inch MacBook Pro M1 Pro chip with an 8-core CPU and 14-core GPU. It's a little cheaper. It's $60 cheaper. You're getting a better CPU. You're getting 6 performance cores and 2 efficiency cores, and you're getting 4 more GPU cores. Now, you're a music producer, but you'll probably be editing a little bit of video for social media as well. That's overkill as it is, but it's cheaper, so why not get it? Also, another thing to note, the M1 Pro chip is better than the M2 chip. It's more powerful in many, many ways. So don't think that it's a downgrade because it's an actual upgrade. Also, on this 14-inch MacBook Pro, you're getting a lot more functionality out of it. The screen is better. You're getting more ports. You're getting the HDMI port. You're getting the SD card port. You're getting a lot more in this laptop. On this config, you're getting 16 gigs of memory and 512 gigs of SSD storage. And that for me is the minimum you need as a music producer. If you go over just to the compare section over here, I'm going to go compare the MacBook Pro M1 Pro. Where is it over here? Right over here, over to the M2. So you get a little bit of bigger screen. You're also getting a better screen as well with the Liquid Retina XDR display. Now I'm using the 16-inch model over here, and this screen is crazy. I love it. It's nuts. You're getting a better CPU, so you're getting more GPU power as we discussed in the previous page. You can get more RAM if you wanted to, but you don't really need more than 16 gigs of RAM. You should be fine with that. The way these Apple SoCs handle RAM are a lot more efficient than Intel-based computers. Scrolling on down, you're also getting double the memory bandwidth. Now, I may do a separate video on memory bandwidth alone. as music producers, productions, we don't typically utilize that full memory bandwidth. So even 100 will be perfectly fine. And you're also getting more ports. So let's scroll down to the ports here. You're getting 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports on the MacBook Pro 14-inch. And on the MacBook Air, you're only getting 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports. You get an HDMI port on the M1 Pro as well as an SD card slot. You don't have any of that over on the M2 Air. That's why the 14-inch MacBook Pro is the computer you should be looking at as a music producer in 2023. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, we'll chat down below. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.